Hi everybody, today I'm going to show you how to do the winter flower, which is this one. Don't tend to use this one very often, but you should. It's quite a pretty one. I do have to admit I don't use the dies. I do hand cut it, I'm afraid. So I'll show you the one that I've made so you can see it properly. It's there. Let's see where the camera is. You can just see I've used the salted caramel Sparklicious, which is quite a pretty one, and I've done it on all of them because I've done the silicone inside to make the petals stand up a bit more, and then we've done the acetate on top, and I've just put a gem in the middle. So let's get and show you. As before, I've done the main part. I've used Chloe's coral card on this one, paper, which is, when you put it under like a light, it looks sort of peachy, but once it's done, it does sort of look creamy. Let's pop that out of the way. Okay, so to do this one, you need your cutters. And this one I've just cut, I followed the curve round to the centre. So just cut it, not all the way, like that. Just follow the curve and do that on both of them. And I tend to go to the right on all of them and just do that on both. You don't need to go too far into the middle. Okay, and then I've just done Chloe's shaping of the petals on this. So finger underneath, thumb on top, hold at the base of the petal and just do that all the way around. And I tend to shape before I glitter, otherwise you have to wait for the glitter to dry, and then I fold the petals in like that. That one actually could be done with just cutting a little bit further down. That's it. And you see it's the embossing is a bit flaky. Just take it off. If it does that, just peel it off. Doesn't matter because it's going to be covered. So do exactly the same with the other one. A bit of shaping. And fold them in. Like that. I can see a few little flaky bits, so I'm just going to get them off. Okay, so that's that. Get your big ball tool, and I'm just going to push it down a little bit in the middle. Not too much. It just makes it just stand out a little bit. Like that. You don't want to go round and round and round. Just dab with your big one, or if you haven't got a big one, just use that and just dab it round. So put them to one side. Now I'm going to do the acetate one. Now I realise what that was for. I thought it was just a bit of Perspex. So give it a wipe. Wipe underneath. can see something on it, but that's okay. And then pat it. Don't breathe it in because if you've got one like this, it's quite strong. I don't know why they make them so strong. Anyway, right, I've already got me stamp mounted up. My thing is plugged in, and we will get Wow Metallic Gold Sparkle. So lid off, although it does take a little while to dry, so you've got time with this one. Let's just move that out of the way. Okay, so I've re-inked my pad, or re-glued it I should say. Okay, so I'm going to do one. You can see that. Just bring it a little bit closer. Okay. Pop this back in. Don't need that anymore, so lid on, cover on your wow. Right, heat your gun away to get it hot so that you don't burn, because if you leave it too long on your acetate, it'll start to peel off because it gets too hot and then it just crumbles. Alright, so heat away, so you won't be able to hear me probably. Okay, and in the middle, quick swizz, and that's that. And then I tend to cut round, so you've not got too much flapping around when you're cutting. Okay, just get rid of that. And then literally just cut it out. And this time I'll just go straight in, down. It's quite nice cutting this out. So yeah, I'm going to cut it all out first because it makes it a lot easier just to do it this way, and then cut into the middles after. You can see what you're doing better. Doesn't take long. I must admit I do prefer cutting out on acetate. I don't know why, it just, don't know if it's the noise, don't know, it just feels nice, strange. Okay, get rid of that. Right, so that one we've done. So just literally cut into the middle. As you're cutting in, a little bit might flake off, don't worry. As you can see there, I've got a bit missing. I'm not worried about that. Okay, so that's all done. Cut into the middle. Now the shaping of this one, you need your mat, yeah, foamy mat. As you can see, I'm going to go straight into the middle that I've already used. This is what causes the big dent. And I'm going to go in with, I can't remember what ball tool I used, but I think I'm going to go in with medium. I think I might have done a small. I'm going to go in with medium. Excuse me. Yeah, just go in with medium. Don't worry if you haven't got the dent in your foam mat, doesn't matter, you can still do it. Or let's find a small one. You can still do it. Probably better if you haven't got the dent that I've got, go in with a small one. Okay, I've got my dent, so I'm going to use the bigger one. Alright, so we're going to remember, in too much heat on it to crack all your embossing. So heat it away, and then we're going to go straight in with your ball tool. Okay, you might have to hold it because it'll tend to fly away. Ready? Heat. And go. You can see it moving straight in. And then hold it so that it cools down in this sort of shape that you want. And every time I've done it, they've come out a totally different shape. I've done quite a few. I'll show you them all lined up in a minute, and I'll show you all the different shapes that I've got. Right, that should be, yeah, that's cool enough. Right, I think last time I did it, I think I did it with the smaller. I think that's alright. That's still going to go in. I did it with the smaller one. I'm just going to reheat it. You can see it will go flat and then just go straight in and just redo it. That should be enough. Right. So similar. Let me just get the other ones that I can show you. These are all the ones that I've been doing. I've put them all in a little pot so you can see them all. Let's get them all out. These are the ones that I've done. These were the ones that I did and I didn't like, so I've just redone them. So that's me little stash that will get used on the card some point because I can't waste them. Right, these are the ones that I've done. You can see they're all slightly different curvatures, benditures. I don't know if that's a word, but I've just made one up. You can just say they're all slightly different. So they will be going on the card as well because you just cannot waste them, they're so beautiful. Right, let's get them out of the way. Now we're going to do the Sparklicious glittering. So you need your art glitter, and literally when you're doing the bottom one you don't need to do the inner bits, so I've just do the outside ones because they're the only ones that people are going to really see. It does tend to get a bit, not sticky, but it tends to, I don't know what the word is, but grabby, is that a word? And then just sprinkle it all over. Okay, that one's just, can see it. Alright, there's another one there. Because you cut the petals, they tend to go over onto each other. But that's okay, that's the underneath one. And then we do exactly the same with this one. And this one is the top one, so I'm going to do all of the little bits that you can see. Catchy, that's the word I was looking for. It catches a little bit when you're doing it. I suppose it's because it's glittery, the little glittery bits stick up. Right, so that's that. And just sprinkle that all over too. Not using tweezers today because it's quite big. So just put that to one side and we'll do exactly the same on this. This is going to be a little bit harder to do because you've already done the shaping of it. But if you put gun on it after, all your glue just sort of, and glitter just disintegrates and goes globbing. It doesn't look very nice. So just do where you can see. There. There's one underneath there. I'm going to try and get a little bit in there. Get the glitter in before it touches. There. Right, I will get my tweezers because I'm just going to give it a good. Right, and once they're dry, I won't have time to let them dry before I start layering them up. But once they're dry, get your brush, your makeup brush, you know, actually I'll need a new one because mine's caked in glue and glitter, as you can see. But just turn it and flick it. Don't brush it. Turn like that, just to get the bits off. Don't want to be too harsh. I'll do a little bit on here and just turn it just to get the ends. There. I'm not going to do it too much because it's still wet. Just, you can see bits are coming off. Give that one a little tap as well. I need to clean my tweezers. Right. I'm going to put this back in the pot. Quite a full pot, this one. Not too bad. Right, don't need that anymore. So bring your squishing mat back in. And okay, I'm using the pin flare glue. Takes a bit longer to dry than the collal one. I do prefer the collal one, but pin flare is okay as an emergency backup. So we're using that one today. Don't really need, we're not doing any shaping, but it's just nice to layer it up on a squidgy mat. Okay, so this one, I'm going to hold it with my fingers. Let's find a nice, that's quite a nice space there. So we're going to go in the middle and fill the middle like that. But then we're going to go around the outside with like a little ring halo because we want the petals to stand up when you put it in. And I'm going to line it up as best I can. So I think that bit there might be that bit there. So I'm going to turn it to where I think. Yes, it is. And I'm just going to place it down. Matching it as best you can. Don't worry if it's not, because you can still shape it. And then push it down. I've used a large ball tool there. I'm going to go in with the medium one as well. Push it in the middle. You can see that they're starting to lift up. Okay, and then do it exactly the same, but I'm going to find my matching part, which is that bit. I always tend to go with this one because it's a thinner and thinner and then in, because the other ones are fatter. So if you find the thinner one, then that's going to match. And I'm going to put quite a bit just in the centre. Quite a bit, because you want it to stand up. So I'm going to use the smaller ball tool, and I've lined up the smaller one, and I'm just going to go straight down. You don't want to push it all the way, you just want it to hover a little bit. Just manoeuvre it over a bit. And give it a little push, because it's sitting, you don't want it to sit on any of the petals really. So there, that's that one. And then I'll just get my gem. I just picked these up at a craft show years ago. But remember, they do have, this sounds really silly, but they do have a sell by date, because a lot of them, when you take them off, they leave the silver behind, so it ruins the gem. So just remember, if you haven't used it for a long time, stop using them, because the glue they use disintegrates and then you can't use them. It's a shame we can't get to any craft shows at the moment, because I'm running out of my favourite gems, which this is one of them, and I can't remember where I got them from. So right, tweezers, what did I do with them? They're over here. So I'm just going to put, I've got leakage of my silicone. It's decided to come out on its own, so let's just get rid of that. Must be a little vacuum in there or something making it come out. Right, yeah, I can see it coming out. Right, let's just aim this to the camera as best I can. Now, because that is quite sort of a V to a point, you're going to have to raise your gem quite a bit. I'm going to put the lid straight back on there. So tweezers, gem, don't know if you can see, but on the back of my gem, when I said about the glue disintegrating, you can see, I'm not going to be able to pick it up, you can see where it's taken off. I don't know if you can see it. You can see where it's taken it off there and there, which means there's no shine through the other side. But it doesn't look, it's minimal. It's minimal in this one, so I'm still going to use it. And we're going to pop it in like that. And I think that is just so pretty. I can't wait to do a card with these ones. I'm just going to bring them all back in, because they are just so beautiful. And I'm going to put them on a nice bit of the white scrap paper, so you can see. That's the one we've done today. That's the one I did yesterday, so that I could show you. And these ones I did a couple of days ago. I was playing. So that is the winter flower. Don't know what I've done with the, here it is. Yeah, that's the winter flower, Chloe's winter flower. So I hope you enjoyed it. Next time I'm going to be doing some foliage on acetate. People have asked for, so I'm going to be doing that this afternoon. So hope you've enjoyed this one. I'm going to be making a lot more of these, I have to say, because I think it's beautiful, and I think I've missed out making this one. I can't remember what one I did now, but hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.